when you've realized what 24 hours actually can do, and then you're blocking in free time, it's not rigid at all. It's actually super freeing, and it's super liberating, because now you know exactly when you're allotting yourself to just veg out for half an hour, just chill out, maybe even watch TV, right? Like, you're allowed to do those things. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Upgrade My Rituals podcast. My name is Kevin McKellar, your host, and this is the show where we talk all about productivity, efficiency, and trying to execute your ideal day. So it's been a while, so I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to if you're watching this on YouTube, being in a new studio that I built out for myself, and things are okay. So what I want to do today is I want to talk very quickly for a quick tip Tuesday that has been long overdue. I want to talk about something called a time audit, and a time audit is as simple as you may hear it as auditing your time. And I think for people that haven't really ever established any type of routine, let alone multiple routines, I think this is a really good place to just start, just to see where, what's happening. Where is your time going? And the reason I'm doing this today is because the last couple of weeks, I found myself not, almost saying those dreadful words, I don't have enough time, right? I was talking with my wife, and I said, I just feel like there's not, and I kind of caught myself. And it's very interesting, because we all get here at some point. We all say, all right, where is my time going? Like, what's happening? So real simple, just do a time audit. And you could do this as strategically or as loosey-goosey as you want to do it. It really doesn't matter. But, there's been many ways of doing this. Basically, one of the simplest ways I know is taking a pad, a little piece of paper and a pen with you throughout your entire day, and just kind of recording every minute. Now, we're not rounding to the nearest 15 minutes or nearest half hour. It's every minute, because that's ultimately what counts. When you get to a point where you're actually blocking in your day with free time, that's when you've hit a really, really good place in your planning processes. Because at that point, a lot of times people say, wow, it's like really super rigid. Like, I have to block in free time. And when you've realized what 24 hours actually can do, and then you're blocking in free time, it's not rigid at all. It's actually super freeing, and it's super liberating, because now you know exactly when you're allotting yourself to just veg out for half an hour, just chill out, maybe even watch TV, right? Like, you're allowed to do those things. Being, productive and being efficient with your time is not saying you have to be a workhorse. But if you find yourself all of a sudden looking up from the screen down a YouTube rabbit hole, literally an hour and a half later, that's the problem, right? That's the problem where we say, okay, why did I do this, or what did I not put in place? So a time audit really is where this, comes down into play. Now, there are other more fancy ways you can do this. There is a product called, I think it's called Prism. No, I don't even know what it's actually called. I'll leave the link in the show notes, and I actually want to get it one day to review it, but it looks like a prism, and it's this little block where you kind of turn, it's a, digital, like a little physical white like block, and it has like, I don't know, 12 sides or something, and it looks like a prism, right? And you flip it over on whatever side that you want to label and whatever you want to custom label. So say one side you can actually write on it with like an erasable marker to like a little bit of a label to remind you that, okay, this is work, this side is free time, this side is recording a podcast, this side is doing yard work, this side is spending time with the family, whatever, eating. And when you flip that over on that specific side, it records into a digital format where you can look at it later on probably a web-based app or something. I'm not even sure, but it's a really, really cool way. So there's really all different ways you can do a time audit, but I would suggest you do it because if you're in a place that you need to. Now, for me, I have never actually, if I have done a formal time audit, it was so long ago, I can't even remember. It's been a long time because I've got my system dialed down to a real good place where if I'm losing track of time, or if I find myself being distracted for long periods of time, I usually know exactly what it is, and it's a quick little tweak where I can just realize it, make the tweak, and then it's done. For me, the last week or so has been I have not been actually filling out my day planner, like my actual, like how I actually, schedule my day. I just kind of had an idea of what I've been doing. That's like the worst thing you can do. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, I have to print out more pages, So it's it's sometimes as simple as that. But try a time audit, try it however you want. If you want to go really old school and pad and paper, that's great. If you want to get, high tech, that's cool too. But at the end of the day, you're going to have a list of every minute that you spent, and you can see, oh, okay, there's literally an hour and 45 minutes throughout my day, maybe not in one chunk, but maybe spread out, that I just was on Instagram. Like, no wonder why there's not enough time in the day. So that's my quick tip for you today on this wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much for listening. If you like this episode, please leave a review on your favorite, podcast platform, wherever you're listening to this. iTunes would be great. And if you really like it, share it with somebody who you think that would benefit from having a little bit more productivity in their life. So guys, thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will catch you next time on the Upgrade My Rituals podcast.